New police audio has revealed disturbing new details about the terrifying moments after gunshots were fired outside the Beverly Hills mansion of global superstar Rihanna, sending shockwaves through one of the most exclusive celebrity neighborhoods in Los Angeles. According to dispatch recordings, officers rushed toward the scene after emergency calls reported multiple shots being fired near the singer's luxury property, while she was believed to be inside the house at the time. The situation reportedly began during the afternoon, when the Los Angeles Police Department received an urgent call from someone in the neighborhood who had heard loud gunfire. Dispatchers immediately began coordinating a response, quickly sending nearby patrol units toward the address, while attempting to gather as much information as possible from witnesses. In the dispatch audio, the urgency is obvious as operators relay updates to officers racing toward the scene. Residents nearby reportedly heard several loud gunshots echo through the normally peaceful street, but many of them were unable to clearly see the person responsible for the shooting. That meant investigators initially had very limited information to work with in the crucial first moments of the investigation. However, within a short time, one very important detail began circulating over police radio. Witnesses reported that the suspected shooter had fled the scene in a white Tesla. That single clue instantly became the main focus of the search effort. Officers responding to call began asking dispatchers if they could confirm the exact Tesla model and obtain any possible license plate information that might help them track the vehicle down quickly. In one of the recordings, an officer can be heard asking dispatch if they could find out the make and model of the Tesla, emphasizing how critical even the smallest detail could be when trying to locate a suspect who was already leaving the scene. Dispatchers continued gathering detail from witnesses while relaying updates to the responding units over the police radio. As the situation continued to develop, more alarming information began to emerge. According to the dispatch communications, multiple shots had been fired from a vehicle toward the front gate of Rihanna's property. The idea that gunfire had been directed toward the home of one of the most famous entertainers in the world immediately raised the seriousness of the situation. Officers arriving in the area began carefully searching the neighborhood while trying to determine exactly where the shots had come from and whether the suspect was still nearby. Dispatchers later informed the responding officers that the vehicle they were searching for was believed to be a white Tesla Model 3. A possible license plate number was also shared over the radio, although officers warned that the information might not be fully reliable. Investigators also raised the possibility that the vehicle could have been using a temporary paper license plate, something that can make identification significantly more difficult for law enforcement. Temporary plates often take longer to appear in official databases, and suspects sometimes use them specifically to make it harder for police to track them. Despite these challenges, officers continued expanding their search across nearby streets and surrounding neighborhoods. Patrol units began checking intersections and nearby roads, while investigators attempted to obtain surveillance footage from surrounding homes. In upscale neighborhoods like Beverly Hills, many houses are equipped with advanced security cameras, and those cameras can often capture crucial evidence during investigations like this one. Detectives reportedly began contacting homeowners to review any footage that might show the white Tesla leaving the area shortly after the shots were fired. At the same time, police helicopters were monitoring the area from above, helping ground units scan nearby streets and major roads for the suspect vehicle. Meanwhile, residents in the neighborhood were left shocked by the sudden and intense police activity. The normally quiet street quickly filled with flashing lights, patrol cars, and officers moving through the area as investigators attempted to piece together what had happened. The fact that the property belonged to Rihanna only made the situation even more dramatic. Rihanna is not only one of the most successful music artists in the world, but also a billionaire entrepreneur and fashion mogul with an enormous global fan base. News that gunfire had been directed toward her home quickly began spreading across social media and entertainment news platforms. Reports later indicated that people were inside the home at the time of the shooting, which made the situation even more concerning for authorities responding to the call. Officers had to consider the possibility that lives inside the property could have been in serious danger. Fortunately, early reports suggested that no one had been injured, but investigators still needed to locate the suspect as quickly as possible. Those first few minutes after the shooting were extremely critical, as officers worked rapidly to prevent the suspect from disappearing into the vast Los Angeles area. Every new detail shared over the police radio was carefully analyzed as officers continued searching for the white Tesla believed to be connected to the shooting. The entire situation highlighted how quickly a peaceful afternoon in an exclusive neighborhood could suddenly turn into a serious law enforcement investigation involving firearms, a suspect on the run, and the home of a global celebrity at the center of the story. Not long after the initial reports of gunfire, investigators were finally able to develop a stronger lead in the search for the suspect vehicle. Officers eventually located a white Tesla that appeared to match the description that had been broadcast earlier over the police radio. Police conducted a traffic stop and safely pulled the vehicle over, bringing the tense search to a dramatic conclusion. The driver was taken into custody without further incident, preventing the situation from escalating any further. Authorities later identified the suspect as 35-year-old Ivana Ortiz. After detaining the suspect, officers conducted a search of the Tesla and reportedly discovered an assault-style rifle inside the vehicle along with several shell casings. Investigators believe those shell casings may be directly connected to the gunfire that had been reported earlier near Rihanna's property. Detectives then began questioning the suspect while forensic teams carefully examined the evidence recovered from the vehicle. According to early reports from authorities, investigators believe that between 5 and 7 shots may have been fired toward Rihanna's property during the incident. Several bullets reportedly struck the front gate of the mansion, leaving visible damage to the structure. Another round is believed to have struck an RV that was parked in the driveway area of the property. Despite how frightening the incident must have been for anyone nearby, officials confirmed that the main house itself was not global fame. They have largely tried to keep their private family life away from the spotlight. As news of the shooting spread across social media and entertainment outlets, many fans expressed shock and concern about what had happened. People around the world were relieved to learn that no one inside the home had been injured during the frightening incident. For now, neither Rihanna nor A$AP Rocky has publicly commented on the shooting, and it remains unclear whether they will address the situation publicly in the future. Authorities say the investigation remains ongoing as detectives continue reviewing surveillance footage, witness statements, and physical evidence recovered from the suspect's vehicle. One of the biggest unanswered questions investigators are now working to solve is the motive behind the shooting. Police of Beverly Hills has long been known as one of the most exclusive residential areas in Los Angeles. Yet this event demonstrates that even high-security communities can face unexpected threats. For now, the most important fact is that no one was injured during the frightening incident. Still, investigators inside Rihanna's Beverly Hills home. As the investigation continues, detectives are carefully analyzing every piece of evidence connected to the incident, including surveillance footage, witness statements, and the weapon recovered from the suspect's vehicle. Authorities are also trying to determine whether the shooting was a random act or if Rihanna's property was intentionally targeted. For now, the biggest relief is that no one inside the home was harmed, but the shocking event has